Today we're going to make lasagna. In the pan I put 2 pounds of ground beef, good ground beef, not real fatty. I put a pound and a half, almost 2 pounds of Italian sausage. I like that. This summer I'm going to teach you how to make Italian sausage. If you got a way to get pork, I'll teach you how to make some good Italian sausage. I put a whole onion in there. That's not a little bit. That's a whole onion. And I put 2, you can see this, I diced up, I want to say 2 because that's my recipe, but really like 3 cloves of garlic. Brown that up real nice. I'm going to use 3 pounds of Ricotta, and I'm going to use 3 eggs. 2 of them are going to be duck eggs. Now ducks lay pretty big eggs. Sometimes you could say 1 duck egg for every chicken egg, and just for the heck of it I'm going to put in a chicken egg. So I've got like 3 to 4 eggs in there would be the equivalent. I'm going to put in 2 pounds of mozzarella. Now this mozzarella I got 2 16-ounce packages for $3. So that's equivalent to $1.50 a pound. You know what? That's beautiful. That's going to be another video this week, how to make mozzarella. The reason why, when I was raising 10 children, I didn't have a lot of money to be silly with. Now you see, that's a heck of a lot. But I have a 4-inch pan that I make lasagna in. I don't make the little shallow pans. I make a 4-inch lasagna. I'm going to put in a handful of parsley. Just a nice handful. See how that is? Don't be cheap with it. Parsley really does help. As far as the pepper goes, take a nice, maybe a couple pinches. Don't be shy about that. And when it comes to salt, I like to use real salt. Alright, if you want to do it, say 3 pinches of salt. Now, you can take a spoon if you want to, but you know how I am. You're just going to start mixing it in. It's God's utensil. He gave it to me. So far, nobody's died of my cooking. I know I keep saying that, but it's the truth. I'll watch somebody drop dead tomorrow. Oh well. And by the way, I'm making this ahead of time. So that when I put it into my oven, or when I get up in the morning, I don't have so much to do. We're going to have a big party. Lots of family is going to be here. The Italian sausages will be flying. The lasagna will be beautiful lasagna. Do you see the consistency of this? This is not runny. I don't like runny things. My kids don't like runny because I didn't raise them that way. This is a nice thick cheese. And that's what you want. And you want to have enough eggs because the eggs bind it all together. So my chickens and my ducks have just been really nice lately. I've been doing lots of cakes. So here we go. Do you see the nice consistency of that? You see that? That's what you want for lasagna. Nothing runny. Nothing at all. Our meat is frying up real nice. There is a flavor you want when you make meat lasagna that it's just out of this world. But it makes a difference if you brown it or if you don't. So I tell my subs, hey everybody, brown your meat. I've also been asked, Debbie, how do you make good Italian gravy or Italian pasta sauce? Well, you know what? I think for today, I'll leave my homemade spaghetti sauces in the jars, and I'm going to make you up some fresh. Let's make some fresh. And you can see how I do it. And I use all this meat. Again, though, you guys had to remember, I raised 10 kids. So it's, you know, I was always with lots of meat or lots of food. So I'm going to make a nice sauce, and I'm going to tell you how. 3 pint jars of stewed tomatoes, and I blend them up in a blender. See that? Okay, now I'm going to try to say, I'll try to do measurements. We will just see here. Okay, I want about 1/4 teaspoon of salt. Bam, just put it in there, 1/4 teaspoon. Now go with 1/2 teaspoon. Go with 1/2 teaspoon of pepper. There you go. You want a little spice, good Lord. You want, as far as oregano, you want about 3 teaspoons. Bam. Oh, don't ask me where I'm getting bam from. I must have been watching that Louisiana guy. And then I say a good 2 teaspoons of basil. Why? Just because I like basil. Everybody in my family likes basil. I'm also going to use 12-ounce can of tomato paste. And then what I'll do is I'll add a can of water. Whoops. Hey, that's part of cooking. Okay. I'll add a can of water to the... You know, you want to be clean, but as far as being a neatnik while you're cooking, it's sort of hard. And those guys on TV, it's nice. They have those people who work for them that do all their cleaning for them while they're cooking. You ever notice they use 100 different containers, and they don't care how much they dirty up. But those of us that cook in real life and have to cook for big families and make 2 to 3 meals a day, well, we learn how not to do that. We try to do everything in one pan. Now this is a big frying pan. I'm sure you've figured that out by now. All my spices are in here, and now I'm going to let this simmer for about 40 minutes. I like to, because this is so thick, you can see this regular sized pan. You see how deep that is? That's a pretty deep pan. I make a nice lasagna. Okay, we're going to try to put it all together. So what you want to do is put a nice layer of the sauce down there in your pan. Alright. It's a nice thick sauce. I don't like runny, so. And, you know, lasagna is about love. It's what you put into it. This is my kid's favorite meal. Do we eat it all the time? No. But I pretty much make this sauce for everything. Now today I'm also not going to make a homemade lasagna noodle. When my kids were growing up, I tended to make everything myself. Well, first of all, I didn't work out of the home. And second of all, I didn't have the money. So now I found these neat little lasagna sheets that you can buy at the store, and they're oven ready. You don't have to pre-boil them like we used to in the old days. And you just layer this in your pan. You know. People say, oh, don't overlap. Yeah, overlap. There's nothing wrong with overlapping. And you want to make sure everything's covered pretty good. See how that works? Then what you want to do is we're going to take, I guess I should take a spoon on this one. I have to, and I don't tend to. Put this out, make a nice, make a nice layer. I like to have a lot of layers, so we're going to have about 4 layers, 5 layers to my lasagna here. Those little skinny pans, you can't tend to do that. And this is driving me crazy. I just don't cook this way. I use fingers. I don't know what I would do if I didn't have my fingers, you know. But God sure knew what he was doing when he made us have fingers. Because by feel, I can cook by feel. It's the best way for me. So I'm going to show this to you. Maybe you could see a nice layer of the lasagna. I mean of the, oh, what do they call this? The cheese mixture, I guess. You know, don't put it on too thick, but don't put it on too cheap. You know, you get to know your lasagna. Your lasagna is love, I'm telling you. Love. If you love your food, and I do, unfortunately I love it a little too much, but you know what? My kids every holiday, we talk about everything we ever did was around food. You know, at nighttime we'd all get together and eat, and we'd talk about the whole day. I wouldn't let the kids sit in front of the TV. Never. They couldn't sit in front of the TV and watch TV. That was our time. That was talking time. So, put another layer of this on there. Put a nice little... I might not. I don't know. It just depends on how much I feel like putting, how many layers I feel like putting on. I think I'm going to put at least 3. This is going to be beautiful. Now here's the cool thing. I can put this in the refrigerator, and tomorrow after church I'll pop it in the oven. It'll cook for an hour and a half because this is a big one. And there you go. Just go the other way. I never worry about overlapping, so if somebody gets a little more tomato or a little bit more shell, it's not the end of the world here, you know. There you go. Okay, and again, and we do it again. You put the cheese on there. See? And just keep layering. Just keep layering. That's what you do. Okay, I got 3 layers of this on there so far. So that just shows you how much it actually makes. Again, don't be worried about overlapping your noodles. So what? Who said you can't? You know, I always get a kick out of these recipes. So I've put 3 layers, and this will be my last layer. So we'll have 3 or 4 layers. Let me see. Yeah, this would be my 4th layer of the cheese. So this is going to make like a big cheesy lasagna. And if you go away from my table hungry, you just got yourself a problem. And later on today I'm going to make a video on how to cut up a chicken, because everybody has been asking me how to cut up a chicken. And I thought that was a little odd, but you know what? I went to the store today and there was chicken, a whole chicken for 98 cents a pound, and there was cut up chicken for $2.49. And I thought, now isn't that ridiculous? $2.94 for a cut up chicken. So I said, you know what, that's right. I keep forgetting there's a lot of new people that, you know what, make this fit. So you can be a little bit skimpy on the top layer. It's okay. And fill up. Yeah, I have a lot of new people, and that's what I pretty much cater to. Although I love everybody that's been with me a long time, you know. Just go ahead and put all the sauce in. Don't be shy about it. Just put all this sauce in. And you thought I made too much, didn't you? Sometimes I amaze myself. I think I was going to have a little extra too. I thought maybe Ted and I would have spaghetti today, but oh well. We have just enough for this lasagna. Oh Lord. And now we're going to put a little more, let's see. We'll put some Romano. And I'll show you a video tomorrow when the family comes, what this all looks like. But for right now, I wanted to get this out because everybody keeps saying, Deb, where are you? Are you okay? I want you to know I am okay. And I've missed you all because I really love making videos for you.